Welcome, baseball fans, to the campus of Gallatin, Tennessee, of Volunteer State Community College, where we are set to play game number 5 in the TCCAA conference tournament. This is Tim Reese, and I am joined by Reagan Smith producing today's action. 4 more games, games 5, 6, 7, and 8. 2 teams will go home, and we will be down to only 6 after today. Here are the Toyota of Gallatin starting lineups. First for the Roane State Raiders, Joshua Sanchez-Harris leading off, playing shortstop. Sam Abshire at second, batting second. Evan Cage out in left field. He'll bat third. Ty Martin in center field hitting cleanup. Detweiler at first base batting fifth. Cannon Lewis is the DH. He will hit sixth. Third baseman Parker Henderson will bat seventh. Tanner Park batting eighth, playing right field, and Lane Spry behind the plate, batting ninth on the mound for Roane State. Zach McWilliams with an 0-9 record. He's a local young man from Beach High School. Roane State is co-head coach. It's the Columbia State Chargers that are co-head coach. Cam Hamsley is the head coach for Roane State. Pitching coach is Zachary Edwards and Garrett Dalton, assistant coach. Now for the home team, the Columbia State Chargers leading off, playing third base, Preston Shelton. Batting second, playing left field, Merrick Carter. Jackson Diamond out at second base and batting third. Carter Davis in right field hitting cleanup. Abbott Lawrence at first base batting fifth. Ryan Deggs, yesterday's starting pitcher, is the DH today, hitting sixth. Abner Rodriguez will be behind the plate again, batting seventh. Number 8 hitter playing center field, Andrew Reed, and at shortstop, batting ninth, Carter Warner. On the mound for the Chargers, right-hander Justin Kenyon. Kenyon is 3-2 on the season. He is from Miami, Florida, transfer from, maybe not, this is the high school he went to, South Dade. And Columbia State is co-head coached by Desi Ammons and Cody Crutcher. Roane State lost to Walter State 11-1 in a mercy rule yesterday, and Columbia State lost 4-2 to Dyersburg State. We'll be right back on the national anthem. And our PA person today, Amanda, says,
let's play ball.
Let's play ball. Alex Quall's not in the house this morning, so Amanda taking over for Qualsy. She does a great job. We might have to fire Alex Qualls. Logan Kimberlin running the Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard. Four more games today here in the TCCAA conference tournament. Umpires out early, and They're ready to get going. Behind the plate, Todd Mullins today for game one. Tim Taylor will be out at first base. Ken Garner at third base for today's contest between the Roane State Raiders and the Columbia State Chargers. Justin Kenyon, starting pitcher for Columbia State, has a 8.29 ERA. He's thrown 51 innings, given up 65 hits, 55 runs, 47 were earned, 26 walks, 38 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .316 off of Justin. They sometimes call him JP. Abner Rodriguez shakes hands with Todd Mullins, veteran umpire here in Middle Tennessee. He's called several games here at Pioneer Field at the Tim Garrett Baseball Complex. Sun is shining. Would assume that the outfield has dried out a bit from yesterday. Had rain overnight 2 nights ago and played a little sloppily out in the outfield. Infield, I think, played fine, but you would see some splashing. I don't think anybody fell down as a result of it. One injury of note, Charlie Davis not in the lineup. He was injured in yesterday's game. Columbia State happened actually on a non-play, as it turned out. He was at first base, and I think it was Jackson Diamond that was at the plate. And a hit and run was put on, and Diamond swung, and his swing carried him across home plate. The throw went down to second base by Parker Patterson of Dyersburg State. And on the play, Charlie Davis was headfirst sliding into second base and ended up injuring what appeared to be his shoulder. So hope that Charlie Davis can recover quickly. And we are set. Almost straight up 10 o'clock. Getting started a little bit early. First pitch from Kenyon, high and inside. And we are underway here in Gallatin, Tennessee. 9:59 Central Time. Game time temperature 72 degrees. Sanchez Harris fouls that ball straight back. Harris, the shortstop for the Raiders, comes in hitting .276. There's a pitch at the knees, or called strike 2. He was 0 for 3 in the ball game yesterday against Walters State. 1 for 4 in the play-in game versus Cleveland. Won that game 10-7. Changeup misses down low. Roane State wearing their road grays and red tops. Columbia State wearing their home white pants and green tops. There's a ball right back up the middle. Kenyon able to get turned back around and get a glove on that one. Nice play by Justin Kenyon for out number 1.
Number 8, Sam Abshire.
Sam Abshire, who had a solo home run in yesterday's ball game, went 2 for 3. Steps in against Kenyon. He will square around the bunt, pull the bat back as the pitch goes outside. Abshire, his first home run of the year in the first inning yesterday's ball game. That gave Roane State the 1-0 lead over Walters, but that was all they could muster. Fly ball out to right field, sends the right fielder Carter Davis back, and he will get under it for the second out of the inning.
Now batting, number 12, Evan Cage.
Evan Cage, the left fielder, steps in with 2 outs and nobody on. we'll get a little wind noise, a little crowd noise. Sparse crowd here for the 10 a.m. game. Plenty of good seats still available. Come on down to the ballpark. In the dirt. May have kicked off the umpire. Mr. Todd Mullins over to the on-deck circle where Ty Martin handle that one. Evan Cage 1 for 2 in yesterday's game. He had a walk as well. That one misses wide of the mark. Count goes 2 balls and a strike. Cage 1 for 5 with a double against Cleveland. Smash down the third base line. He goes foul. See if it'll make it actually onto the baseball field, and it will cross the white line. Merrick Carter over to toss that one in to Caden Rector, who was the replacement yesterday for Charlie Davis. Went out to left field. Ryan Deggs now in the lineup. That allows Jackson Diamond to leave the DH role and get out to second base. Jackson Diamond is the second team all-conference second baseman here in the TCCAA. We have a full count Ministries full count to the third batter in the top of the first inning. And right off the bat, heads up over there on the left side. A full count first pitch foul ball. Haven't had the time to total our tournament up here yet, but it is fairly significant, I believe. The 3-2 pitch just misses outside, and there's the first base runner for the Raiders.
Now batting, number 1, Ty Martin.
Ty Martin from Gallatin, Tennessee, played at Gallatin High School, sophomore for Roane State. Pretty much been in that starting lineup since he got there as a freshman a year ago. We've got the live chat going if you're watching today's broadcast, and the only place you're watching it is on YouTube, so feel free to get on the chat. Let us know who you are, where you're watching from, and who you're rooting for, whether it be Roane State, Columbia State, or any other state. Martin looks at ball 2. Ty was 0 for 2 against Walter State with a walk. He was 1 for 3 against Cleveland State, scored a run. Was hit by a pitch. 2-0 coming from Kenyon, and that turns into 3-0. 56th game of the year for Roane State. They come in with a record of 13-42. They are seeded 9th in this tournament. Columbia State seeded 5th. 3-0 is on that outside corner for a called strike. Ty's brother Cade is also on the team, but is now on the injured list. Played 13 games. A year younger than Ty. Cade Martin hitting .325 when he got injured, and change up to Ty Martin, swings over the top of that one. Count goes full. Ken Garner out there making all kinds of signs to his home plate or to the first base umpire. I think basically what he's saying is, hey, the runner's on the move. It's full count and 2 outs. Full count Ministries, full count. There's a throw over to first base. Evan Cage, Superman's back to first. A 3-2 in a runner. It's a late start, a deep drive to right center field, and that ball is off the fence on the Framework Athletics sign. Ty Martin rounds second. He will head to third base. The throw misses the cutoff man, and that is a 2-out triple. that scores Evan Cage for the Framework Athletics first run of the game.
31, Detweiler.
Ty Martin just missed a 2-run home run by a couple feet. That would have been number 3 on the year, but kind of appropriate that he hits it off the Framework Athletics sign, and that is the Framework Athletics first run of the game. Framework Athletics provides baseball and softball training here in Hendersonville, Sumner County area, owned by 15-year Major Leaguer Zach Duke and Ryan McDuffie, co-owner of CrossFit Hendersonville. Detweiler hits one out to left field. Merrick Carter has it measured, and he'll make the catch looking right up into the sun for out number 3. But Roane State scratches early again with a triple off the bat of Ty Martin to score Evan Cage. We're through a half inning, 1-0. Roane State leads. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network. Columbia State comes to the plate in the bottom of the first, down a run, 1-0. They will send Preston Shelton, Merritt Carter, Jackson Diamond. That's just a great name. That is a great baseball name, Jackson Diamond. Jackson spelled Jaxon. Lane Spry's throw down to second base.
Now batting, number 20, Preston Shelton.
Now Preston Shelton steps to the plate. Shelton 3 for 4 in yesterday's game versus Dyersburg, scored 2 runs. Right-handed pitcher Zach McWilliams. It's the third of the McWilliams boys, I believe. Trying to remember the names of the other ones. I believe his oldest brother pitched at Beach, about 6'7", and he pitched in minor leagues for several different teams. There's a tapper, shortstop Sanchez Harris over to Detweiler. Nice play by Harris to retire the leadoff batter. Sam McWilliams was the oldest brother. He was drafted out of high school.
Number 7, Merritt Carter.
And then maybe I'm guessing here, may have been Ian McWilliams. Do you remember Logan Kimberlin, any of the McWilliams boys from Beach High School? Merritt Carter fouls the first pitch he sees off to the screen. Jackson Diamond will retrieve that one. Carter 0 for 2 in the Dyersburg game, did walk twice. Good looking player. Plays second base and the outfield. Playing left field today. Change up in there for a called strike. Williams just a tick over a 10 ERA. Had a tough season, thrown 29 innings. Walked 17 batters, struck out 20. Six-foot, 170-pound redshirt freshman from Beach High School. And he has brought the count to full count ministries, full count. Full count ministries sign just to the right of the Framework Athletics sign out in right center field. Fly ball down the left side. Evan Cage over and trying to block that sun with the throwing hand. Gets the glove up behind the baseball and makes the catch for out number 1. I'm sorry, out number 2. Can't count this morning. Haven't had enough tea.
Number 23, Jackson Diamond.
Yesterday's DH and today's second baseman Jackson Diamond steps in with 2 outs. An off-speed pitch, a little too far out of Lane Spry's reach. He'll get another baseball, and we'll try it again. 1 ball, no strikes. Diamond from Johnson City looks at a called strike. Played at Science Hill High School, 6', 190-pound freshman. Fouls that one off to the right. Hitting .343, has 49 hits. 11 doubles, 2 triples, 7 home runs, 45 RBIs. That leads the Chargers squad. Also tops in slugging percentage, almost 600. Changeup misses high. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Exactly how Roane State had it. 2 out and nobody on, and then a walk and a triple scored the first run. On deck, Carter Davis. 2 pitches fouled back. Garrett Dalton, assistant coach for Roane State, says, Carter, I got it. A lot of energy in that assistant coach right there. Young man. Played at Columbia State. Swing and a miss, and Zach Williams has a 1-2-3 inning for Roane State. We are through 1, scheduled for 9 innings today. 1-0 Roane State leads. You're watching the TCCAA Conference Tournament on the VolState Sports Network. Leading off the top of the second, number 34, Cannon Lewis, the DH. We'll lead off. Roane State leads 1-0. Facing Justin Kenyon. Lewis from Beach High School, along with his teammate pitcher Zach McWilliams, and he looks at a strike. Lewis 0 for 3 against Walters State yesterday. Did hit a home run against Cleveland in the play-in game. Scored 2 runs. Home run was a 2-run bomb. Fouls 1 straight back. I believe Lewis may also be a catcher. Plays some in the infield. I believe he played at first base the other day. That breaking pitch apparently caught the inside corner. Cannon Lewis thought it was going to hit him. He'll go down looking. So says the only man whose opinion matters, and that is home plate umpire Todd Mullins. First strikeout for Justin Kenyon. Brings to the plate Parker Henderson, number 25.
Now batting, number 25, Parker Henderson.
Parker from Henry Clay High School in Lexington fouls his first pitch straight back. Parker was 1 for 2 yesterday, 2 for 5 on Sunday. Scored a run, 2 RBIs. One out, nobody on base. Just misses down. Henderson hitting .236. 1 home run, 11 RBIs. Reaches out for that one. Fouls it back. Roane State had a tough year this year. Nearly hit with that pitch. It's the one, if you're going to get hit, that's the one you want to get hit with. Slow breaking pitch. Two swung on, driven up the middle, right under the glove of Justin Kenyon for a base hit. 1 out knock for Parker Henderson. Second hit of the ball game for Roane State. Let's get a little field action here. Tanner Park steps in from right here in Gallatin, Tennessee. Gallatin High School. He and Ty Martin, teammates. He's a redshirt freshman. Tapper toward the third baseman. He cannot glove that one. That's going to be one of those tweeners. I'm going to have to say an E5. Logan, what do you say?
Now batting, number 6, Lane Spry.
Lane Spry steps in. He is the only catcher I've ever seen get behind the plate for Roane State. Does a tremendous job. Hit his second home run of the season. He lays down a bunt right here. Beautiful bunt. Shelton up with it, throws to first, and Spry is out on a sacrifice bunt. 5-3. Both runners move up. Henderson moves to third, and Park moves to second. I said that Spry hit a home run. Did not hit one against Cleveland or Walters. I'm trying to remember when that happened. Now batting Joshua Sanchez Harris, the leadoff batter.
Now batting, number 2, Joshua Harris.
Pitch is in the dirt. Harris grounded back hard to the mound. Kenyon made a nice play. Fouls that one off of home plate umpire's chest protector. On deck is Sam Abshire. 2 on, 2 out. Ball's in the dirt and blocked by Rodriguez. Bounces off of Harris, but comes right back to Rodriguez. Cannon Lewis struck out looking to start the inning off. Parker Henderson with a base hit up the middle. Tanner Park reached on an error. Lane Spry with 1 out lays down a sacrifice bunt. 2 runners now in scoring position with a leadoff batter, Sanchez Harris at the plate. Starts to go on that breaking pitch, but sees it go below the knees, and he'll let that go for ball 3. Harris with 14 RBIs. Playing in game number 49. Played in all but 7 of Roane State's games this year. And that pitch sails over his head. He'll go to first base, and the run is cut down at the plate. Plate umpire Todd Mullins says that Parker Henderson did not get to the plate before the tag was applied by Justin Kenyon. So right down a walk for Sanchez Harris, but a basically caught stealing. 2-1 for the 3rd out. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 runners left on base. We're through 1.5. Roane State leads 1-0. You're watching TCCAA baseball action on the VolState Sports Network. Columbia State comes to the plate. Carter Davis, the cleanup hitter, steps in. He'll be followed by Abbott Lawrence and then Ryan Deggs here to face Zach McWilliams. Tired all 3 batters he faced in the bottom of the 1st inning. Swing and a miss on a breaking pitch. Carter Davis hitting .281. 8 home runs, 29 RBIs. Another breaking pitch misses outside. Davis from Covington, Tennessee, 6'3", 210-pound COVID sophomore. That means he's in his at least 3rd year in junior college. Some players around that actually played in that COVID year in 2020. And junior college does not recognize your eligibility of 2020 and 2021, so you could have played 2 years there, and that won't count. Zach McWilliams misses everybody with that one. I have a broadcast partner named Zach Williams, so if I call Zach McWilliams Zach Williams, you'll know why. He's my summer broadcast partner with the Ohio Valley League Full Count Rhythm. 3 balls. Nope, that's 4 balls. First base runner for Columbia State is via the walk. Now Abbott Lawrence will step to the plate, first baseman for the Chargers.
Now batting number 44, Abbott Lawrence.
Lawrence leads the squad with 10 home runs. He has 1/4 of Columbia State's home runs, 10 home runs, 33 RBIs. Swing and a miss. on a breaking pitch. Not sure if a couple of years ago if Beach played Goodpasture, but if they did, these two probably hooked up during that game. Goodpasture has one of the top teams in the state of Tennessee, a number of Division I signees. I think they probably have about a dozen seniors. You know, several of those players played for me in a full count high school fall league. The throw over to first base, a little bit lower. Detweiler able to snag that one. Carter Davis with 23 stolen bases. He's only been nabbed once. This team, I believe, Columbia State, a runner goes. He will get in there standing. He just absolutely guessed on that. Abner Rodriguez had no chance. That is his 24th steal, the 157th steal of the year for Columbia State. They lead the conference. He's going to take off and take third as well. Throw down, not in time, and the ball is dropped by Parker Henderson. So 2 steals as Carter Davis at third base after he drew a walk. Now Abbott Lawrence with 2 balls, 1 strike count. Stands at the plate, and he just needs to get the bat on the ball. Swings and misses that one. And this year for Abbott Lawrence, that has been a tough task. Leads the country in strikeouts at 75. It misses down low and away of a full count Ministries full count. He's only walked 13 times this year, been hit by a pitch 6 times. I don't know how he's avoided being hit as big as he is. 6'4", 6'5", I'm sorry. And he will go down swinging. Second strikeout for McWilliams. First out of the inning. Ryan Deggs will get his first at-bat here in the conference tournament.
Number 12, Ryan Deggs.
Deggs from Knoxville, Tennessee, attended Christian Academy of Knoxville, CAK. Changeup misses outside. 5'11", 180-pound sophomore. Not sure if he's committed anywhere or not, but he'll be a good pickup for somebody. Might be a two-way player. Hitting over 300 and about takes one in the chin there. Able to move that noggin out of the way. Been hit 4 times this year. Count now goes 3 balls and no strikes. The Columbia State DH on deck, Abner Rodriguez. Deggs hitting .301, has 43 hits, 12 doubles, 2 home runs, and now his 18th walk of the year. It's 2 walks in the inning. As we've seen already in this conference tournament, and Ryan Deggs will attest to it, walks will kill you. Or at least they won't help you win a game.
Now batting number 14, Abner Rodriguez.
Yesterday as the starting pitcher, Ryan Deggs struck out 6 batters, but he also walked 6. Only gave up 1 hit in his 4 1/3 innings, but ended up giving up 3 runs. They are picked off over at first base as Ryan Deggs. Throw by Zach McWilliams. It's out number 2 on the pickoff. Abner Rodriguez now with 2 outs and a runner at third base. Looks at a first pitch strike. Left-handed catching. Detweiler helped right there on that pickoff. He had that glove and just slapped that tag down. Couple foul balls off to the right side by Rodriguez. from Puerto Rico, 5'9", 160 pound freshman. Hits one out to right center field. Ty Martin hustles over there, almost overruns it, makes the catch for out number 3. So the 2 walks don't come back to haunt Zach McWilliams. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. We are through 2 innings. Roane State leads 1-0. You are watching TCCAA action on the VolState Sports Network. Sam Abshire coming to the plate from White House, Tennessee. Transfer from Cumberland University. Right next door in Lebanon, Tennessee, Wilson County. Sam Abshire, not the starting second baseman when this season started. He will square around the bunt. Pitch is called a strike. Second is that throw from Abner Rodriguez. 1 hops out to Justin Kenyon. Abshire been in that lineup over the last couple weeks, it appears. Been a few folks that have left the program. Sam Abshire sticking around. Haven't seen him play a lot of games, but I think I saw him play 4 last year when JV squad for Cumberland played VolState, and he was in every game. And there's a ground ball up the middle, backhanded. They throw in the dirt, gets away. Garrett Dalton, the first base coach. Not sure if he was telling him to go or if he was telling him to get back on first base, but that will be an E4 by Jackson Diamond. Not sure that he necessarily had to make that throw on the run the way he did, but his throw was in the dirt. Second error for Columbia State. Evan Cage, who walked and scored the only run of the ball game, steps into the plate. Long set by Kenyon. There's a base hit out into left field. 1 hops in front of Merritt Carter. And Roane State's got something cooking here in the 3rd inning. 3rd hit of the ball game, 1 in each inning so far for the Raiders.
Now batting number 1, Ty Martin.
Ty Martin, cleanup hitter, steps in. He drove one to the Framework Athletics sign out in right center field, just to the right of the baseball screen, the screen that says baseball. Got a triple, drove in Evan Cage, who walked. That was a 2-out triple for Ty Martin. He's hitting here with no outs, and he'll square around the bunt. Guess that pitch was low. He pulled the bat back. Looked like a pretty good bunt, pitch to bunt on, so maybe he's not really wanting to bunt. Martin with 4 sacrifice bunts on the year. Leads the club. Let's see if he's set on bunting, and he does start to square. Kenyon will lob a throw over to second base just to keep his disengagements intact. If you step off and you don't throw, you're only allowed one of those per batter. But if you step off and actually throw to the base, you can do that all day long, right, Logan? Still here in college baseball. Squares the bunt, pitches down low. Throw down to second base is not in time. Abbott Lawrence is charging hard from first base. Preston Shelton from third will probably only come in if the bunt gets past the pitcher. He wants to stay at third and have an opportunity to get the force out of Sam Abshire. Abshire with a pretty good sized lead as Carter Warner is working behind. Squares again, and another throw down to second base. Abshire back into base, and the throw is into center field. He will move up to third base on the error. That's going to be a tough error. I wonder if that error is going to be on the catch. Carter Warner, I'll have to look at that replay. Hang on just a second, Logan, to see. It's got to be an error. Yeah, go ahead, put your error down. It's going to be. The question is who the E is. Do you have to put, here's the throw, and no, that's an E6 on the catch. Putting runners at the corners, line to line, runners at the corner, short-lived as Ty Martin will take a walk, and the bases will be loaded for Detweiler.
Now batting number 31, Detweiler.
Third walk of the ball game by Justin Kenyon. Detweiler flew out to left field to end the third. Timeout will be called as Abner Rodriguez will go out and talk to his right-hander as the Chargers bullpen gets loosened up. We've got a left-hander getting ready. Left-hander is not going to be warm for this left-hander, Detweiler, and we've got 4 right-handers coming, so it's not like Chargers are playing lefty-lefty matchup. Bases loaded, nobody out here in the top of the third inning. Swings at the first pitch. That'll get out of play into the parking lot. So I look out the press box window. I can see folks have parked over there as the VolState Pioneers players are showing up. They'll be playing in the 1 o'clock game versus the Motlow State Bucks, 2 teams that lost yesterday in their first round games. Actually, Motlow State had to play in the play-in game. Defeated Jackson State 10-4. Detweiler grounds one to the right of Lawrence, who only play is to second base, and he gets the force. Detweiler gets a RBI on the fielder's choice. And Roane State now leads 2-0. On the play, Evan Cage moves over to third base. Cannon Lewis will get an at-bat with runners at the corners, brought to you by Line to Line. Line to Line provided the netting and padding and screening here at Pioneer Field. Stephen Dodson, and also co-owned, I think, by Bill Marbett, who's co-owner of Game Time Sports Fields. Line drive out to right field. This should get in another run. Catch is made by Carter Davis. Evan Cage will come in to score his second run of the ball game. Roane State now leads 3-0.
Now batting number 25, Parker Henderson.
2 outs. Parker Henderson steps up. He had a ground ball base hit in the second. At least one unearned run. Pitch misses low and away as Sam Abshire, who reached on an error, came around to score, so his run cannot be earned. 3 errors, all on infielders. Ball's driven out to right center field. That could be trouble. And that also hits off the Framework Athletics sign. What do these players have against the Framework as the throw comes to the plate, is in time, and Detweiler is safe as the ball comes out of the glove of Abner Rodriguez. Detweiler goes back to home plate to make sure that Todd Mullen sees that he does actually step on the plate. And on the play, Parker Henderson moves up to third base on the throw home. So a double.
Now batting number 23, Tanner Park.
And an RBI to Parker Henderson drives in the 4th run. Tanner Park steps in with another runner down at third base with 2 outs. He looks at a first pitch strike at the knees. Second hit of the inning, and the second time that Roane State batter has hit that Framework Athletics. There's a ball in the dirt, gets by Rodriguez way up the line. But Parker Henderson, I'm not sure if he's just still too tired from running from home to third. He stays at the bag. Definitely could have scored on that pitch in the dirt. Probably could charge an error to Abner Rodriguez on that missed catch. That's a high fly ball to left field and shallow left field. And that will drop in front of Merritt Carter for a base hit. Roane State has put 4 on the board. A bloop single out to left field drives in Parker Henderson.
Now batting number 6, Lane Spry.
These runs all unearned now. Actually, I believe all of these runs are unearned. Lane Spry, the number 9 hole hitter, steps in. He had a sacrifice bunt. Now he's going to get a bruise. First hit batter of the game. And that will draw a visit by co-associate head coach Desi Ammons, former catcher at Belmont University. That will be the end of the day for Justin Kenyon. So we'll have a new pitcher. We'll tell you about him when we return on the VolState Sports Network. Summit Concrete call to the bullpen for Columbia State. Number 4, Patrick Green, 5'11", 165-pound sophomore from Millington, Tennessee. Attended Tipton Rosemark High School, and he is on in relief of Justin Kenyon. Patrick Green is making his 17th appearance, which ties him with Eli Henderson for the team lead. It's a 4-2 record, 3.70 ERA, 41 innings plus pitch, 33 hits, 23 runs, 17 earned, 25 walks, 48 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .217 off of Patrick Green. Thanks to Summit Concrete, Chuck Akers for their remodeling the bullpens a couple falls ago. Chad Akers is a former player of head coach Jim McGuire, who coached at MTSU for 26 years.
Now batting number 2.
Not Chad Akers, Chuck Akers. 2 outs, 4 runs already in for Roane State, and the 9th batter to come to the plate in the 3rd inning is Joshua Sanchez Harris. 0 for 1 with a walk. Patrick Green delivers. Fastball in there for a called strike. Justin Kenyon goes 2 2/3 innings. He gives up 5 hits. So far, 5 runs. The 2 runners that are on base are his responsibility. Walked 3, struck out 1, did hit a batter. That is Lane Spry, who's on at first base. Tanner Park down at second. He had an RBI. Bloop single in the left field. 3 hits in the inning. A walk, an error that started the inning off. Sam Abshire, who's standing on deck. It's a chance that error gets changed or is changed in the official scorebook. Could be counted as a hit. There's a line drive base hit into center field. It is down in front of Andrew Reed. Throw to the plate over the head of cutoff man and gets away from the catcher. Nobody can advance. And Tanner Park comes in to score the 6th run of the inning. Sorry, the 5th run. It's the 6th run of the game. Let's see.
Now batting number 8, Sam Abshire.
5 runs in the inning. Sam Abshire will step back into the box for the 2nd time. Walk in the 1st inning scored, and the walk in the 3rd inning was forced out at second base. Tapper foul toward Columbia State dugout. That was a rope off the bat of Sanchez Harris. The throw from Andrew Reed over the head of the cutoff man ended up not hurting Columbia State, who is now down 6-0. Ground ball that could get into the hole, and it does. Sneaks into right field. Carter Davis, this throw is on time and in time to get Lane Spry at the plate. So a single by Abshire, but a 9-2 cuts down Lane Spry for out number 3. Good throw by Carter Davis. And Cam Hamsley and Lane Spry got a little greedy there, but a great inning for Roane State as they score 5. Those runs are all unearned due to that first error leading off. After 2.5, Roane State leads 6-0. You're watching the VolState Sports Network. Andrew Reed leads off the bottom of the third inning for Columbia State, who find themselves down by a half dozen runs. He will square the bunt, lay one down the third base line, but it will roll foul before Parker Henderson is able to put his hands on it. Andrew Reed hitting .268. Seven doubles, a triple, 6 home runs, 26 RBIs. Reed was 1 for 3 with a double yesterday against Dyersburg. Looks at a breaking pitch in there from Zach McWilliams. Now down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Henderson will move back. Breaking pitch just misses down. On deck, Carter Warner, the shortstop, and number 9 hitter. Roane State's batted through the order 2+ times. Top 2 batters have already hit 3 times. And Andrew Reed, Carter Warner getting their first ABs of the day here in the bottom of the third inning. Popped up and out of play, an MGM Industries foul ball, thanks to Joe Gaskins and Patrick Stewart for the custom windows here for the press box at VolState. Swing and a miss on a high, tight fastball. Down goes Reed. Third strikeout, 1 per inning for Zach McWilliams. Carter Warner, the shortstop, steps in. He was at the plate in the final at-bat with 2 outs in their game versus Dyersburg. I think there was a runner or 2 on base. Let me see, there were actually runners at second and third. Tying runs were in scoring position. And he took a pitch that was probably right about mid-shin and inside, and he was rung up. He swings at a pitch that was a lot better right there than the one that he looked at and was called out on in yesterday's game, and he couldn't believe it. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Carter Warner. He pops one down the right field line. That could be trouble. Tanner Park over and in foul territory and makes a catch for out number 2. 2 down, brings up Preston Shelton. Grounded out to short in his first plate appearance. First pitch to Shelton misses inside. Playing in game number 44 of the year. Now down a strike. Now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Drive out to left field. This could leave the ballpark, and it will. It'll get over the heads of the fans that are sitting in lawn chairs out there. And a solo shot gets Columbia State on the board. That's Preston Shelton's first home run of the year. Congratulations to Preston and his family. COVID sophomore. Probably not his first collegiate home run, but first one of 2023. It's a surprise. Good looking hitter and not a little guy. Unless the stat sheet's wrong. That went out of here pretty easily. There's a shot to shortstop, hops right over the head of Sanchez Harris. That'll be a base hit for Merritt Carter. Sanchez Harris, lucky that didn't hit him in the chops. Back-to-back hits for Columbia State. Has them feeling a little bit better about themselves. Jackson Diamond steps to the plate. He struck out to end the first. Throw over to first base. Zach McWilliams trying to pick off another runner. Already has 1 pick off. I got upset when Carter Davis stole second and third on him, and now he's going to pay a little more attention to these base runners. They are ready to go as they lead the conference in stolen bases. Columbia State 6th in the conference overall in batting average, 285. And a 294 batting average in conference play. Rio now to the second baseman for the Chargers, Jackson Diamond. Tell you, he looks like he works out. That young man is put together. Rio pitch, and he will take ball 4. Third walk by McWilliams, and that'll draw a visit by Garrett Dalton, assistant coach, not the pitching coach. He's out to talk to the entire infield. 2 outs, 2 on, and Carter Davis will step to the plate. He walked in the second to lead off and then promptly stole second and stole third on consecutive pitches. Abbott Lawrence struck out. Ryan Deggs walked, putting runners at the corners, but Deggs was immediately picked off at first base. Abner Rodriguez flew out to end that threat. But with 2 outs, Preston Shelton here in the bottom of the 3rd inning hit his first home run of the year into the parking lot in left field, just to the right of the Hayden Schrum Memorial sign out there in left field. 320 down the lines here at Pioneer Field. 345 in the gaps and 380 to dead center field. Plays more like 395 with that high batter's eye out there. 2 outs, 2 on. Carter Davis swings at the first pitch he sees and fouls it straight back. Davis reaching base at a 390 clip. Another foul ball off to the right side. Stay tuned after the game for the Right Rug Flooring Player of the Game, thanks to Kerry Gilbert and Right Rug Flooring. During our remodel, we got all new flooring. If you need laminate, flooring, vinyl, whatever you need on your floor, carpet, Kerry Gilbert at rightrug.com can help you out. Just a bit high with that 0-2 pitch. Andrew Reach struck out to start the inning. Carter Warner flew out to right field in foul territory. Looked like McWilliams cruising here in the 3rd, but home run, a single, and a walk, giving Columbia State a little bit of energy here. Merritt Carter bouncing around down there at second base. Evan Cage in left, Ty Martin in center, Tanner Park in right field, Parker Henderson at 3rd, Joshua Sanchez Harris at short, Sam Abshire at second, and Detweiler at first base. Lane Spry behind the dish catching Zach McWilliams, starting pitcher for Roane State. Swing and a miss, and McWilliams gets out of further damage, his 4th strikeout. But Roane State scores 1 run on 2 hits. No errors, 2 runners left on base. We're through 3. Roane State leads 6-1. You are watching the VolState Sports Network. got to turn it. There we go. Evan Cage will lead off for the Roane State Raiders. He will face Patrick Green on for his first full inning. Number 4 working in inning number 4. Lefty on lefty matchup as Evan Cage faces the left-hander for the first time today. Strike on the outside corner. Cage walked and scored in the first and singled and scored in the third. Our Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard operator now with a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Just now getting back from his pit stop. Had to get you some coffee. Young guys with these small bladders. I don't know what's going on. Breaking pitch just misses. That's a very nice pitch by Patrick Green. Sophomore either has committed or looking for a place, and he gets the call on that outside corner. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. I don't have a commitment listed here for Patrick Green. I do have Garrett Sims, left-handed pitcher. No, that's where he transferred from, is Austin P. And he's home plate umpire. Todd Mullins tells Evan Cage to stay right here. That will be, not sure if it's a foul ball or ball 3. Well, if it's a strike, here he goes. It's 3-2. 3 full count. Ministries full count. So he's going to call that he did not get out, try to get out of the way of that. So it's just a ball that went off of his, he's wearing an elbow guard. Now he'll take ball 4 right there. He's still staying up there. I thought Todd Mullins has said that was 3-2. I'm confused. Why would the home plate umpire stick up 3-2? So this is the full count Ministries full count. Ball 5, and Evan Cage will head on down to first base with a 5-pitch, 5-ball walk. First walk by Patrick Green.
Batting number 1, Ty Martin.
Patrick Green giving up a base hit and a walk. Got an assist from his right fielder. Martin starts to go. They're going to check out there with Ken Garner at home plate to see if Martin actually did offer at that pitch, but he deemed that he did not. Martin tripled in the first and walked in the third, batting here in the fourth. Ground ball second. This could be two short on to first base. A do-dat double play, 4-6-3, just what the doctor ordered for Patrick Green. Now 2 outs and nobody on.
31, Detweiler.
Detweiler will come to the plate with the bases empty. Jackson Diamond fielded a nice ground ball and gave a great feed to Carter Warner at second base, who turned it to Lawrence. Detweiler just took a cut that if he had connected, the ball would have gone over the trees in the light tower. There's another big hack. I mean, go big or go home, Detweiler. This young man is not getting cheated. Third left-handed batter in a row. The only 3 lefties they have in the lineup are 3, 4, and 5. Nice block by Rodriguez on the 0-2. From Rossview High School in Clarksville, Tennessee. The new home of the Clarksville Whirlybirds in the Ohio Valley League College Summer Woodbat team. Quick pitch there by Green, and he gets Detweiler swinging. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. 0 in the top of the fourth for Roane State. They still lead 6-1. You're watching TCCAA baseball tournament action on the VolState Sports Network. Tim Reese, Reagan Smith on the broadcast on the VolState Sports Network. Got a new crew here on the press box gang, though. Logan Kimberlin, medical redshirt here at VolState, running the Toyota of Gallatin's scoreboard as Abbott Lawrence swings and misses. The first offering from Zach McWilliams. And Amanda, the stepdaughter of athletic director Bobby Hudson, is our public address announcer. The sweet sounds from a female voice on the public address at a baseball game. Sounds good. 0-2 pitch misses low and away. She is an emergency fill-in. When she woke up this morning, she had no idea she was going to be doing this. Nurse Amanda swinging a miss, and Abbott Lawrence down on strikes. Yet again, the fifth strikeout by Zach McWilliams. Brings Ryan Deggs to the plate. He walked in the second.
Now batting number 12, Ryan Deggs.
Here are the pings of the bats. VolState Pioneers out in the batting cage. That pitch over the head of everybody. And by everybody, I mean Lane Spry, the catcher, and umpire Todd Mullins. There's a strike called. Williams looking for his first win of the year. Breaking pitch fought off by Deggs and grounded to second. Abshire over to Detweiler for out number 2. It's almost like Deggs was trying to go to the right side. That breaking pitch stayed inside. Abner Rodriguez, the catcher, will step to the plate. He flew out to center field.
Batting number 14, Abner Rodriguez.
That same breaking pitch catches the inside corner. That was the same pitch that Ryan Deggs fought off and grounded to Sam Abshire. There's another breaking pitch. One hop to Parker Henderson, and he throws to Detweiler, a 1-2-3 inning for Zach McWilliams. He's now retired the last 4 batters. Through 4 innings, 6-1, Roane State leads. You're watching the VolState Sports Network. Top of the 5th we go. Scheduled for 9 innings. Cannon Lewis will lead off.
Now batting.
He
number
is 0 for
34,
1 at a
Cannon
sacrifice
Lewis.
fly in the 3rd inning. Cannon playing in his 31st game of the year. Now has 11 RBIs. And down in the count, no balls and 1 strike. Patrick Green on in relief of Justin Kenyon. Pitching in his 2nd full inning. That ball's popped out to right field. Carter Davis will come in and make the catch. Two fly outs to right field. This one, though, didn't have somebody standing at third base.
Number 25, Parker Henderson.
Parker Henderson's 2 for 2, singled in the 2nd, doubled in the 3rd, drove in a run, and then came in and scored as well. Green misses with his first offering to the 3rd baseman. For Roane State, scored 1 in the 1st inning and then 5 in the 3rd. Giving up a solo home run in the bottom of the 3rd. Ball's fisted down the 3rd baseline, foul. A little bit of a wet area right in front of the bullpen down that 3rd baseline. That's where the water drains from left field. Grounds crew's been working hard to try to keep the field in good playing condition. Henderson starts to go on that sharp breaker. They'll check down with Tim Taylor at first base, who says, no, he did not go. Good to have you this morning here, Central Time, almost just a little after 11:15. There's a smash down to 3rd base, and that'll get off the body of Preston Shelton, who will recover and try to throw Henderson out, but that will be another E5. Hard hit ball, but it's right at Preston Shelton.
Now batting.
2nd error of the day for Shelton.
Tanner
I am not the official scorer. I am just a scorer. I keep a scorebook, and if somebody asks me my opinion, I write down my opinion. Tanner Park steps in. Not sure what that conversation was about at home plate. Todd Mullins, Tanner Park, and Abner Rodriguez. Pitched low. It looked like Rodriguez was wanting to come up and either bluff a throw to first or try a back pick. But could not get a handle. Time is called. Todd Mullins wants to talk to Desi Ammons. I think there might be some kind of an issue going on with the catcher. Desi Ammons, I'm not sure if he's injured or what happened, or if he's got a maybe there's some jawing going on. I don't know if that's the case or not, but Todd Mullins, the home plate umpire, has asked Columbia State coach to come out and talk to his catcher. Now I assume maybe this is a trainer for Columbia State. Check to see. Maybe he just needs a little swig of water, but Tanner Park and the home plate umpire have stepped away from whatever situation is going on with Abner Rodriguez. And now we're ready to play baseball again. You may never know what happened there. Did not appear to be an injury. 1 ball, no strikes to Tanner Park. Fouls that one. Slow breaking pitch by the left-handed relief pitcher, Patrick Green. All of his appearances this year, all 17, have been in relief. 3.70 ERA is excellent. He gets a swing and a miss there. Team ERA is 8.07. one of them that's drawing that down. Motlow State Bucks players are here. They will probably get their turn in the batting cage shortly. A swing and a foul tip into the mitt. Down goes Park. Out number 2. Green should be out of the inning. That's his second strikeout. Parker Henderson down at first base on an error.
Now batting number 6, Lane Spry.
Lane Spry steps in. He's reached after being hit by a pitch, and he laid down a sacrifice bunt. Big breaker, misses high. Softball action today. Game 1, Dyersburg State and Walters State. Big matchup there of number 1 Walters State, number 4 Dyersburg. There's a breaking pitch that gets in there for a called strike. Chuck Sebastian, my counterpart across campus, calling that action. Also being viewed on the VolState Sports Network on YouTube. 1-1 pitch. Spry able to hold up. Walters State leads that one 2-0 in the top of the 5th inning. 2-0 pitch fouled off. 2-1 pitch fouled off. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the Roane State catcher with Joshua Sanchez Harris, the leadoff batter, on deck. Scheduled for 9 innings here in game number 1 of the day, game number 5 of the 2-and-out tournament. Breaking pitch just missed. We'll have a full count Ministries, full count. Runner at first should be running on the pitch, Parker Henderson. And the pitch swung on and popped up in the infield. Back goes second baseman, and that is in shallow center field. Jackson Diamond makes the catch for out number 3. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 runner left on base. We are headed to the bottom of the 5th inning. 6-1, Roane State leads. You're watching the VolState Sports Network. Tim Reese back on the campus of Volunteer State Community College, hosting the TCCAA conference tournaments in baseball and softball. This is Tim Reese, produced by Reagan Smith all week long. First pitch to Andrew Reed, misses outside. Zach McWilliams on for inning number 5. Slow breaking pitch catches the heart of the plate. breaking pitch stays upstairs. McWilliams right here in Hendersonville Beach High School. He's back home. Roane State, located in Hardeman, Tennessee, is a couple hours heading toward Knoxville. Ball 4 to Reed, a leadoff walk. That's the 4th walk of the ball game for Zach McWilliams. Giving up only a solo home run to Preston Shelton.
Now batting number
And
3,
one other hit.
Carter Warner.
But has 4 walks. You stay in the game long enough, walks are going to come back to bite you more times than not. Throw over to first base. Andrew Reed back in time. Andrew Reed leads the squad with 33 stolen bases. He's going to probably get a lot of attention from Zach McWilliams. Zach Williams has no idea that Andrew Reed's standing on first base. He's working for the city of Hendersonville. Membership director for the Chamber of Commerce now. If Zach Williams is listening into the show, he should text me and let me know he is, but I'm betting he's not. Runner goes, pitch is high, caught a ball, throw down to second base. Not in time. Andrew Reed almost overslid second base. That is the third theft of the day. 2 by Carter Davis. Now 1 by Andrew Reed. Runner in scoring position, 2 balls, no strikes to the shortstop, Carter Warner. Runner takes off, and now he's picked. He thought he was going to the plate. Andrew Reed now in a rundown. Shortstop Sanchez Harris will win the foot race right there. Andrew Reed now trying to say that he was interfered with by somebody. I'm not sure exactly who that was, but that'll be a pickoff. 1-5. Let's see, 1-5-6. Now that first out is recorded. Now the umpires will gather together to see if anybody saw interference by, not sure. They are going to say yes. No interference. They're going to say he's out. Ken Garner makes the call. I believe he's the crew chief here. He's from the eastern part of the state, from Knoxville, Tennessee. So pickoff for the first out. Now Warner bats with nobody on. Andrew Reed just trying to make something happen. He thought he had a good jump off of McWilliams, but a nice spin move by McWilliams. And he had Andrew Reed dead to rights. Reed probably could outrun Parker Henderson, but he wasn't going to outrun Sanchez Harris, who stays down on that ground ball in the hole and throw in the dirt. Picked out of there by Detweiler. Nice play both ends to retire Carter Warner for the second out. I have no idea, Logan, how you go out.
Now batting number 20.
You just better hope this next batter gets out. You might have to figure that one out. 2 outs now with nobody on. Preston Shelton steps in. Wind has shifted, and smoke from the grill from the press box here, down in the concession stand, is coming right in front of the press box. Probably seeing that smoke. Line drive down the right field line that will twist and go foul. that the second pitch? What count do you have, Reagan? 1 ball, 1 strike. There we go. Umpire Todd Mullins makes sure another ground ball to short. Sanchez Harris up. This throw a little bit higher for Detweiler to handle. And another 6-3. 3 up, 3 down the hard way. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Columbia State is down 6-1 through 5 innings. You are watching TCCAA action on the VolState YouTube channel. Thanks for joining us today. Joshua Sanchez Harris will lead off for Roane State Raiders, not the Roaders. The Raiders. It's a bit of a tongue twister. The Roane State Raiders will step to the bat for the 4th time this ball game, and he will face left-hander Patrick Green for his 3rd full inning of work. Breaking pitch swung on and missed. Nurse Amanda's out. Alex Qualls, DJ Qualls has shown up, and Nurse Amanda, emergency situation, absolutely nailed it. Thank you very much for your contribution to VolState Athletics and to the TCCAA baseball tournament. You go have a great rest of your day. Thank you very much. Qualls back from his manicure pedicure appointment he had this morning. Those nails look great, Alex. Those are, I mean, I love that open toe sandal look you got going, and I love the color on those fingernails. That's amazing with his bright pink shirt on. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the Raiders shortstop. Another quick pitch from Patrick Green, using everything available today. Done an excellent job since he's come in for Justin Kenyon. Giving up 2 hits. Those are the first 2 batters that he faced. Just missed a strikeout on a breaking pitch inside. Count 2 balls, 2 strikes. What in the world happened? You just gave an out. Nope. 2 balls, 2 strikes, stays the same as he fouls that one off. Todd Mullins looking up here, the home plate umpire, saying, what 2-year-old you got running that scoreboard up there? You thought school was over, didn't you, Logan? You're getting a class in running the Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard. There we go. Now you can ring him up. Called strike. Nice pitch by Green on the breaker. Strikeout number 3 for Patrick Gray. Patrick Green. That's a color. Reagan, should I tell you how Patrick Green turned into Patrick Gray? It's got to be somebody that you know, right? Former FBI agent L. Patrick Gray. He was a bigwig at one point in time. I can't remember if he was an acting director at one point. I've seen that name a few times in my career. Swing and a miss by Sam Abshire. Count goes 1 ball, 1 strike. He's 1 for 3, Sam is. Singled. On his single, tried to drive in a run, but Lane Spry was cut down at the plate by a nice throw by Carter Davis. Fly ball out to right field. Carter Davis back and in front of the warning track will make the catch. That ball traveled a pretty good distance. 2 outs, nobody on for Evan Cage. Alex Qualls now back on the microphone, our public address announcer. You can hear him in the background. Drive out to center field. That's a shot. Evan Cage put one out in right center field. Both outfielders converge, but Carter Davis makes the grab for out number 3. Nice play, a sharply hit ball, but 1-2-3 inning for Patrick Green. Trying to keep it close, hoping his offense would come in and get some runs. 6-1, Roane State leads. This is an elimination game here today. Whoever wins moves on. Whoever loses will head to the house. You are watching all this action on the VolState Sports Network. Tim Reese, Reagan Smith back on the VolState Sports Network. Trying to keep Reagan Smith to keep his words to a minimum here today. Yesterday we heard way too much from Reagan. Just want to let him know it's a one-man show and it's my show. Reagan's a quiet young man. Merrick Carter, 1 for 2. Stepping in there from the left side, facing Zach McWilliams out for inning number 6. Merrick Carter took a hack at that one just underneath it. Sharp ground ball to Sanchez Harris, and he backhands and delivers a strike over to Detweiler for out number 1. That is 3 straight ground outs to Sanchez Harris at shortstop. Jackson Diamond will step in. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. McWilliams has gone 6 innings 1 time this year. That was in the very first outing against Spartanburg Methodist way back at the end of January. Since then, he's gone 4 innings twice in 5 innings in his second to last outing against Southwest Tennessee. Diamond delivers a base hit up the middle. Only the 3rd hit of the game for Columbia State. Carter Davis steps in. Chargers need something big to happen here soon. Had a solo home run by Preston Shelton in the 3rd, but they need a couple guys on and then get one popped over the fence. Breaking pitch. Davis does not move. Just barely misses his elbow. Well, we learned that Alex Qualls is going to live, folks. That is good news. He had an appointment today and said everything is going to be good. I thought he was going to get his hair cut, but no. McWilliams has 1 pickoff today. The leading base stealing team in the conference. Diamond does not go. Pitch is high. Jackson Diamond has not been caught stealing. Lane Spry has about 12 caught stealings as the catcher. Based on my limited research of the starting catchers in this conference tournament, he's the league leader in throwing out base runners. Runner stays put and the count goes 3 balls and no strikes. McWilliams being bitten by the bug that does not allow him to throw a strike right now. .30, misses inside. All 4 now, 2 runners on. It's just what we have, and we'll have a pinch hitter, it appears, as Garrett Dalton, the assistant coach, comes out to chat with his squad again. Number 32, Isaac German, or Herman. I'm not sure how this young man pronounces it. Let's see if I can figure out from where he's located. Nope, from Clarksville, Tennessee, Clarksville Academy. So I'm going to go with Isaac German. He will hit for Abbott Lawrence as the Roane State bullpen is quiet, so there'll be no change. Abbott Lawrence struck out in his both of his plate appearances. Isaac German will pinch hit.
Now batting for the Chargers, number 32, Isaac German.
And a disengagement by Zach McWilliams toward second base. That is his 1 for this batter. If he does it again, it is a balk, and the runners will advance 90 feet. Pitch to German is down low. Hispanic pronunciation would be Herman, but I don't know his ethnicity. From Clarksville, Tennessee, could have a parent who is in the Army at the Army base up there in Clarksville. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 on. Pitch in there for a called strike. I would assume that Isaac will go into first base for Abbott Lawrence. Another, whoa, I was about ready to say, it's another strike right there, and missed somewhere. I'm not sure if it was low or outside or both. Isaac is a COVID sophomore, 6'1", 225 pounds from Clarksville Academy. Fists that one toward the first baseman, but it will squib foul and go toward the Roane State dugout. Count now full count Ministries, full count. First sub of the game brought to you by Jersey Mike's. He'll take a walk, 6th walk, and that loads the bases. Zach McWilliams may be getting tired. See if anybody heads down to the bullpen. Don't have a pitch count for Zach McWilliams, but he's got to be up there. He's got 5 strikeouts and 6 walks. Pitching from the windup, blocked by Lane Spries. That ball goes in the dirt. He is looking for a do-dat double play off the bat of Ryan Deggs, who's 0 for 1 with a walk. Low and outside. Looks to me like McWilliams is getting tired. Nobody warming. Wondering if the relief pitcher happens to be on the mound right now. I'm not sure if there's a pitcher out there or not. 2-0 catches the corner. Now goes 2 balls and 1 strike on deck. Abner Rodriguez, the catcher. Still has his shin guards on, so he's not confident that Deggs won't ground into a double play. When I was catching, I would always take those shin guards off with 1 out. There's 2 outs, I probably would have left them on, but I wanted to show the guy that was in the box ahead of me that I don't believe you're going to hit into a double play. And he gets a walk and an RBI. So Abner Rodriguez will take the shin guards off, and that's the 7th walk. Now out of the dugout comes Cam Hamsley, the head coach, and this should be it for Zach McWilliams. So let's see who he's going to bring in to pitch. Could be maybe Tanner Park from right field. And it will be, as number 9, Cody Kirkland, is running out to right field. Zach McWilliams gets a hand right now, giving up 2 runs, but all 3 runners that are on base are his responsibility. We'll take a quick break and tell you about the new pitcher when we return on the VolState Sports Network. Semi-concrete call to the bullpen for the Roane State Raiders. Tanner Park on in relief of Zach McWilliams. He comes out of right field. 3.65 ERA, 0-1 in record. This is his 7th appearance and 5th in relief. He will face Abner Rodriguez with the bases loaded and 1 out and gets a swing and a miss. The new right fielder, Cody Kirkland, from Clarksville, Tennessee as well, Northwest High School. 5'10", 170 pounds sophomore. Quick pitching Tanner Park delivers a fastball low. Park 6'1", 200 pounds. So we've gone from a Beach High School pitcher to a Gallatin. There's a ground ball to short. The throw on to first base on the turn. A 6-4-3 doodat double play. Just what the doctor ordered for Tanner Park, as he comes in with 3 pitches and gets 2 outs on 1 play. Nice turn by Sam Abshire to get Roane State out of further damage. A slowly hit ground ball to Sanchez Harris, but he delivers as quickly as he can to Abshire, who makes a quick turn. And Columbia State scores 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and 3 runners left on base. We are through 6 innings, 6-2. Roane State leads. You are watching the VolState Sports Network. Ty Martin leading off for the Roane State Raiders. Haven't seen Roane State Roaders all year long, and here I've said it twice in 2 innings. 6-2, the Raiders lead over Columbia State. First pitch to Martin in there for a called strike. Roane State defeated Cleveland State 10-7 in the first play-in game. Lost to Walter State 11-1 in 6. Martin now down to the count, no balls and 2 strikes. He's 1 for 2. He's grounded into a doodat double play in his last at-bat. Pops that one up into left center field. Andrew Reed already playing over that way, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. So each team is grounded into double play.
Now batting for the Raiders, number 31, Detweiler.
First baseman Detweiler steps in the box on the left-handed side. Get a look at a pitch down. I believe that is Isaac German down at first base now, in for Abbott Lawrence. They don't have numbers on the front of their uniforms, so have to wait to turn him to turn around and check his number, but he looks like the same guy who got in that batter's box wore a helmet. Patrick Green out on the mound. It's a drive down the right field line, but it will go foul. Detweiler definitely did not get all of that one. Takes a healthy hack, but didn't get that one on the barrel and was way out ahead of that. Center fielder Andrew Reed is playing almost over to the Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard from his center field position. He's not thinking that Detweiler can get around. And the right fielder Carter Davis, he's playing in right center field. That's as far over as I've ever seen a center fielder and a right fielder on a left-handed batter. Swing and a miss brings us to a full count. Ministries full count. Detweiler is 0 for 3. Drove in a run on a ground out and actually on a fielder's choice. Later scored. This time he swings over a breaking pitch. Comes up empty. Fourth strikeout by Patrick Green.
Next to bat for the Raiders.
Green
Number 9.
on for his fourth full inning of work. He came on in relief in the third inning of Justin Kenyon. Not giving up a run, giving up one hit. Facing left-handed hitter Cody Kirkland, who came in for Cannon Lewis. Actually came in to play right field for Tanner Park, who came in to pitch. And that ditches the DH when that happens. So Kirkland with his first at-bat of the tournament. Hitting .310. 13 hits and 42 official plate appearances, 1 extra base hit. Patrick Green happy to see more left-handed bats in there. That's now 4 in a row as Evan Cage, Ty Martin, Detweiler, and now Cody Kirkland swing it from the left side. Driven out to right center field, and that's right where the right fielder's playing. He just came straight on in and made the catch, so the defensive alignment is perfect. 1-2-3 inning for Green. We will head to the bottom of the 7th inning. 6-2, Roane State still leads. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network. Andrew Reed will lead off for the Chargers of Columbia State here in the bottom of the 7th. 3 more cracks at it. As it stands right now, need 4 runs to tie, the Chargers do. They will send 8, 9, and 1 to the plate against relief pitcher Tanner Park. Came on last inning. Lane Spry thought for sure that Andrew Reed offered at that pitch. Counts 2 balls and no strikes. Park gets one in there for called strike. 7th appearance. There's a line drive. Hits the dirt just to the right of Sanchez Harris. He makes a bad throw. Andrew Reed is caught in the baseline again. Thought he was going to move up to second base. That's his second base running error of the ball game. A single and then out, trying to stretch it into a double. That is a 6-4. Out number one, not what you need when you're down by 4. He saw that throw from Sanchez Harris. Actually, Sanchez Harris, he did make a bad throw, but Sam Abshire athletic enough to get off of the bag to collect the throw and able to tag Andrew Reed, who was caught in the middle. The 0-2 pitch fouled down the third base line. Tanner Park is working quickly. It's like he's on a 10-second pitch clock. You got the ball and delivering again, and there's called strike 3 to Carter Warner. Warner, I don't think he was at the plate 30 seconds. Had 4 pitches delivered to him. He's now 0 for 3. That's the first strikeout by Tanner Park. Now 2 quick outs. Preston Shelton steps in. And a called strike. Foul tip at the plate. Lane Spry took a good piece of that one. And he is doubled over. Coaches will come out and check on Spry. He's a tough guy. He probably plays hockey. Probably a hockey guy. They're tough. They don't have all their teeth, but they're tough. The Lady Senators on the softball diamond are up 2-1 atop of the 7th over Dyersburg State, batting with no out and 1 runner on. A ground ball to second. Abshire up with it, and high throw, Detweiler. Good thing he is 6'3", makes the catch for the 3rd out. 1-2-3 inning for Tanner Park. We are headed to the top of the 8th inning. 6-2 is our score. You're watching TCCAA tournament action on the VolState Sports Network. Top of the 8th inning we go. Roane State took an early 6-0 lead and is hanging on. Columbia State scored 1 in the bottom of the 3rd and then 1 in the bottom of the 6th. That's how we got to 6-2. 7, 8, and 9 due up here for Roane State. Facing Patrick Green. Delivers a strike to Parker Henderson, who is 2 for 3. Singled, doubled in the 3rd, drove in a run, and ultimately came in and scored on a base hit by man on deck, Tanner Park. Tapper to Shelton at 3rd base. He gloves and throws wildly, and there's a collision at first base. Parker Henderson will hustle back to first base. Isaac German had his arm laid out in the baseline, and Parker Henderson hit his arm. Hopefully he's okay. The glove went flying into the second base baseline. That will be that's an error on the throw, E5, the third E5 of the day.
Batting for the Raiders, number 23, Tanner Parker.
That throw took Isaac German into the baseline. Looks like he's okay at first. Popped up into shallow right field. Second baseman Jackson Diamond. Yesterday that was Merrick Carter. Jackson Diamond makes the catch. We're out number 1 off of the bat of Tanner Park. Our pitcher for the Roane State Raiders. Brings up Lane Spry, the catcher, who is 0 for 1 as a sacrifice and a hit by pitch. Five errors on Columbia State today. First pitch swinging, Lane Spry fouls that one off. Bluff throw down to first. Count goes 1 ball, 1 strike. That's in the dirt, blocked nicely by Rodriguez. That one just gets into the Chargers dugout. Columbia State, the 9th best fielding team in the conference, 9 out of 10. Fielding percentage of .946. Drive down that left field line, and that will get to the wall. Lane Spry has extra bases. Let's see what Parker Henderson will do, and Cam Hamsley, the head coach at third base coach, will hold him up at third. A double for Lane Spry. That is Spry's second double of the tournament.
Now batting for the Raiders, number 2.
Puts runners at second and third now with 1 out, and top of the lineup. Joshua Sanchez Harris, 1 for 3, singled and walked. Infield is in. Columbia State can't afford to give up any more runs if they have enough work to do to score 4 here in the next 2 innings. Elimination game here on day number 2 of the regular tournament. 4 teams will vie for 2 spots to stay alive in the losers bracket. Green just misses with that one. Another lefty getting loose in the Chargers bullpen. Still 2-1, Walters State Lady Senators over Dyersburg, batting now with 2 outs and 2 on in the top of the 7th. Disengagement from Green. Does not throw. Columbia State in danger of leaving this tournament. After 2, there's a line drive down the right field line. If it's fair, it's trouble, and it will just go foul. That's 2 runs easily by Harris. Columbia State fields it a little bit better in conference games, but still sits in 9th place. 5 errors today. Don't think they average that kind of rough outing. Fly ball down the right field line. That'll get out of play. They've had 33 errors in conference play, which is 6th in the conference. Sanchez Harris, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Breaking pitch stays up high. Left fielder playing straight away. That's Merritt Carter. Andrew Reed shaded to the right field side, and Carter Davis playing straight away in right field. Wind blowing a little bit out toward left center field. Swinging a pitch and a ball in the dirt. Sanchez Harris standing at home plate. Not sure exactly why. There was no question that he swung the bat. Ball was in the dirt. Nobody was at first base, so he could have run down to first base, but
Now batting for the
he
Raiders,
did not.
number 8.
5th strikeout for Patrick Green, and now he is 1 out away of getting out of this without giving up a run. Sam Abshire between him and more runs on the board for Roane State. Who has not scored since the 3rd. 1 in the 1st and 5 in the 3rd inning. All 5 of those runs were unearned. Abshire 1 for 4, scored a run. Just a bit outside. And that's the 2nd pitch. What's the count? What do you got? The 2 balls and no strikes, or Logan? There, I don't know. I thought that was 2 pitches. There's now a pitch. We'll find out from Todd Mullins, home plate umpire right here. But three balls, no strikes. Standing on deck, Evan Cage, a left-handed hitter. Ball 4, just missed. I don't think Patrick Green is too concerned right now. Now he's got a string of 4 lefties. He's going to try to get Evan Cage, but out of the dugout will come Desi Ammons, co-associate head coach, former coach with Aaron Smith, who's associate head coach at Belmont, who I see standing right in front of me in the press box. He's not in the press box. I am. Let's see what Coach Ammon says. Apparently somebody's ready down there in the bullpen. So they have stopped and they've come right there to the corner waiting for the decision. But Patrick Green, and that is another left-hander. It's another mound visit. Patrick Green will be left in the game. To face left-hander Evan Cage,
Next to bat for the
who he's
Raiders,
faced twice
number 12,
already.
Evan Cage.
Actually, he's faced him 3 times. Cage singled the left and then walked and flew out to right field. It is a second walk for Patrick Green. Now has the bases loaded and 2 outs. There's a ground ball that's snagged by Patrick Green. He runs almost all the way over to Isaac German before underhanding that ball to him and gets that 3rd out. Big play right there by Patrick Green. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 3 runners left on base. We are through 7.5 innings. Roane State leads 6-2. You are watching the VolState Sports Network. Merrick Carter, the number 2 hitter in the lineup for Columbia State, will step in. He's 1 for 3, facing Tanner Park. First pitch from Park. Misses high. Park starting his second full inning of work. Merrick Carter turns away from that as though he's being hit by a pitch. Home plate umpire says strike. Merrick from Shelbyville, Tennessee, Rockvale High School, 6'1", 190-pound freshman. I believe he transferred from somewhere. I'm trying to see if I have that note. Well, he plays for the Chargers now. You're saying he used to play with the Chargers and then now he's come back? Oh, okay. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes to the left fielder. Drives one out to left field himself. Evan Cage, his counterpart, makes the catch. Second time he's flown out to left field today. He's now 1 for 4. And if the Chargers don't get on the stick offensively, that might be his last at-bat of the year.
Now batting for the Chargers.
Jackson Diamond steps in. He's 1 for 2, singled and scored in the 6th. Tanner Park came in the 6th inning and got a 6-4-3 due-dat double play to end the inning. And gave up a hit, but only faced 3 in the 7th. And has retired the first batter here in the bottom of the 8th inning as Jackson Diamond now down in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Thanks for joining us on the VolState Sports Network. We've got a chat line up there, and Jackson Diamond will go down looking, so sorry for the Jackson Diamond fans all the way over in East Tennessee. Second time he's gone down
Number 17.
on strikes.
Davis.
Second strikeout looking for Tanner Park. And the Columbia State Chargers down to their last 4 outs now. Carter Davis steps in looking for his first hit. So he fouls that one off. Caught a little piece of catcher Lane Spry. Todd Mullins, the home plate umpire, will give him just a little bit of time to recover. When you wear that equipment back there, you try to take care of each other as best you can. Just missed. That fastball had some tail on it. Just cut right there at the plate and went outside the zone. Again, that one a little bit slower. Didn't look like a changeup though. Is that more of a breaking pitch right there? Look like a slider. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs, nobody on here in the bottom of the 8th inning. There's a fastball, and the infield started to come off the field, thinking another called strike 3, but go to 2-2. And a weak swing by Carter Davis on a breaking pitch that kind of a backup slider there. Did not get across the zone, but Davis could not hold up. 1-2-3 inning. We'll head to the 9th inning. Roane State, the number 9 seed, is up 6-2 over Columbia State, who's the number 5 seed. You're watching the VolState Sports Network. Top of the ninth we go.
Raiders. Number 1.
Roane State
Martin.
leading 6-2, trying to play add-on. Have not scored since the third inning. Patrick Green has had a lot to do with that. He came on in that third inning and shut the door. And he tries to put a little extra giddy up on that one, and that caught a piece of home plate umpire Todd Mullins. Abner Rodriguez wanted to, I don't know why he wanted that ball back, and Mullins said, "No, sir, you're not getting that one back." Ty Martin pops that one up into left center field, right about where Andrew Reed was playing, as the shift was on between the right fielder and the center fielder. So basically a left fielder, a left center fielder, and a right center fielder.
Now batting for the Raiders. Number
Detweiler will come to the plate.
Detweiler.
He is 0 for 4. Ty Martin, if that's his last at-bat of the day, finishes 1 for 4. Detweiler looks at an outside fastball on the corner. Lineup started with 3 left-handed batters right in the middle of it, 3, 4, and 5. A lot of times coaches will split up those lefties and righties just in case the opposing coach wants to match up with relief pitchers. Make them at least face someone from the other side. That's a slow breaking pitch that Detweiler could not wait on. Just got a piece of it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The first baseman from Clarksville, Tennessee. Detweiler moves out of the way of that. And even still with appears to be a power hitting first baseman, Carter Davis way over in right center field. And it doesn't matter. Detweiler swings and misses. He goes down on strikes for the 3rd time, and that is the 6th strikeout for Patrick Green. He has done a fantastic job for Columbia State.
Next bat, number 9, Cody Kirkland.
Cody Kirkland steps in. I got 8 hits for the Roane State Raiders, only showing 7 up on the board. Swinging a foul tip. Did I add one on here, Logan? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits. Now you put 8 up there. What happened? No, I said I got 7 hits. Did you just add 2 more hits? Did you? I thought I said 6. Then I met. No, it is. I do have 8. Where do I? Oh, there's the other one. I do have 8. Yes, it's 8 hits. That one's into dead center field. Let's see if Andrew Reed can get over, and he will make a running catch right where somebody who's playing straight away would be playing, but he makes a running catch. 1, 2, 3 inning for Patrick Green. A great relief appearance for him. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Columbia State, playing for their lives, need 4 runs to stay in this ball game. 6-2 lead for Roane State. You're watching TCCAA action on the VolState Sports YouTube channel. We are in the bottom of the 9th inning. Tim Reese back on the campus of Volunteer State Community College for game number 5 of the tournament. Game 1 of today. Isaac German swings the first pitch, and he'll foul that one off the roof of the pavilion down at the hospitality area, where right after this ball game, this crew right here is probably going to head down there and see what's cooking. What athletic director Bobby Hudson's got going down there. His son-in-law Joel is actual chef. Had some nice brisket and bologna, and what else did you get, Reagan, yesterday? Had hamburgers and swing and a miss and 3 pitches. And down goes German. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. That is the 4th strikeout by Tanner Park and 3rd in a row.
Ryan Day.
He is trying to save this game for his teammate Zach McWilliams, who's looking for his first win of the year in 10 decisions. Ryan Degg steps in. He's 0 for 1 with 2 walks. Just missed inside with that offering. Tanner Park is getting the ball, getting the sign, and throwing it. There's no dilly-dally to Tanner Park. Park has 1 save on the year. He's looking for save number 2. Ground ball weakly hit to 3rd. Parker Henderson, the catch, the tag on top of the head by Detweiler. Retires Ryan Deggs. The throw up the line just a little bit. Detweiler basically caught the ball on the top of the helmet of Ryan Deggs. When you're living right, you're living right. Parker Henderson's throw, he had to thought that ball was going to be hit a little bit harder to him, but
Abner Rodriguez.
ended up having to charge and throw on the run. 2 outs. Abner Rodriguez, the last hope for the Columbia State Chargers. Came in as the number 5 seed. Lost to Dyersburg 4-2 yesterday, and in danger of losing to Roane State 6-2. They need a miracle here in the bottom of the 9th inning. There's a ground ball that Tanner Park has, and he will flip to Detweiler, and that will be another 1-2-3 inning, and that's your ball game. And the Roane State Raiders will play again tomorrow. Tanner Park gets his 2nd save of the year. Tremendous job as he goes 3 2/3 innings, does not give up a run. Gives up 1 hit. Did not walk a batter. Struck out 4. And gets his first save. And Zach McWilliams with his first win of the year. Now 1-9. Zach McWilliams. Justin Kenyon will take the loss. Kenyon will fall to 3-3 on the year. Game that took 2 hours and 32 minutes. Roane State gets their 14th victory of the year, moves to 14-42. Columbia State finishes with a 22-26 record. Roane State will move on to tomorrow's 1:00 p.m. game number 2 of the day tomorrow, and they will face the loser of the Southwest Tennessee Chattanooga State game that will be played last tonight at 7:30 p.m. So for Commissioner Forrest Chasen and Athletic Director here at VolState, Bobby Hudson, and my producer, Reagan Smith, this is the end of game 1 for the day. This is Tim Reese saying so long. Congratulations to the Roane State Raiders, and good luck to the Columbia State Chargers this summer. We'll talk to you all here in a little bit when game number 2 between the Volunteer State Pioneers and the Motlow State Bucks will start probably in about 40 minutes or so. So long for now on the VolState Sports Network.